right, so right here I have a bag of chocolate. Now this is some of the chocolate that we are privileged to use here at Nate. So welcome so much to our Eat, Learn, Celebrate moment here at Nate. My name is Chef Jon. This is Chad.
Yep.
And together we're going to be talking about storage of chocolate. Now the reason I have this bag out is not to necessarily showcase this particular kind of chocolate, though it is really good, is to say, well, how does the manufacturer store it? One of the things that we can see is that it has a Ziploc type of thing on it to help it close.
So air bad.
Air is bad. And then what else do we see? We see that the bag itself doesn't have a window on it. You can't see the product. It's not made out of anything that's clear. It is completely 100% kept away from the light. So what we can tell by what the manufacturer themselves are telling us about the storage of chocolate is
They're space vampires?
they're space vampires. So what we need to do when we're storing chocolate is room temperature, cool, dry place, away from sunlight and away from air.
Okay.
Sometimes we want to put it in the fridge. I wouldn't recommend doing that because the fridge is an incredibly humid place, which will introduce a lot of moisture, which will end up doing two things, or could end up doing two things. Number one is it could damage the chocolate.
Okay.
The other thing it could do, if you put enough sugar in the fridge and your fridge is humid enough, you can actually melt the sugar. Because sugar is hygroscopic, it goes out, it seeks out moisture, it pulls that in. So the sugar in the chocolate is going to pull in the moisture, and then chocolate and water don't mix.
So with something like this,
Yes.
Would you just leave it in the bag, or would you put it into like an airtight container?
You can put it in, so this container is already airtight because of the sealing that it has on the top. However, if you wanted to transfer it to another container, then it needs to be airtight, but also as well, it needs to not have, can't be able to see through it.
Okay.
So no glass jars, no mason jars, no plastic containers that are sealable. So air is one issue.
Yeah.
The next issue is light.
Technically speaking, you could take this, put it into like a vacuum sealed bag, and as long as you put it into something that's not going to have light, that would give you a fairly long shelf life for your chocolate.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I may have been storing chocolate incorrectly for 36 years.
Wow. Well, that's great. I'm glad we were able to go over how to store chocolate, because yesterday we talked about tasting chocolate and a sweet application. Today we're going over savory application using many different kinds, and as well making sure that at home you're storing your chocolate properly so you can get the most enjoyment out of it.
Yeah, so thank you very much for everyone for joining for this Eat, Learn, Celebrate 5-minute moment with Chef Jon. I'm going to keep learning stuff, and you'll see me writing stuff down after the fact.